The damage caused by this war is more than 2 tsunamis in terms of devastation and victims. Whole quarters got devastated and emptied from their inhabitants. The third of Syria's 24 million population have been displaced from their homes, both outside and inside the country. Most of the internally displaced people came to the main cities such as Damascus and Latakia after Islamist rebels occupied their homes, like this woman who has been displaced from her home south of Damascus.
It's because of them that we left our homes. This is the fourth year for us as displaced people. As you can see, we have no good towel, neither a pillow nor a carpet.
Even the relatively wealthy locals of Damascus got affected by the war, like Bassem Attar, an economist, biochemist and businessman who has lost his own farm and beekeeping equipment but has maintained his business in honey trade in Damascus. Bassem studied biochemistry in Germany and used to travel regularly to Europe before the war. While most Syrians started to think about leaving the country after 2011, he did just the opposite. His last trip was to France in 2011.
Because I know there's other people who are suffering. I see my neighbors, I see my friends who suffered a lot, who lost their homes, their factories. Even me, I've lost my beehives. All around Syria, I used to have beehives. I lost them.
Although Damascus is relatively safe, Bassem feels that the lifestyle has changed, as people almost stopped going picnics as they used to do before the war, and the transportation got harder as many roads got closed for security reasons. Further, the inhabitants have changed.
If you go in any building, in any street, you will find that half of the people have been changed. Some people moved to other countries, and some other people, where they came from the damaged areas, they came to sit in these buildings.
Even bees in Syria got affected by the war, as their keepers cannot transfer them to other cities to feed on different flowers, as they used to do before the war. Ithar al-Khalid, who works with Bassem, finished his military service in 2011. Then he was called again to the army in 2012 due to the war, but he was exempted after he got injured in a battle in Idlib near the Turkish border. Unlike most of Syrians of his age, Ithar believes Damascus hasn't changed to him.
Despite all what have happened and the blockade imposed, whether it's political, economic or psychological one, Syria is still the same, as it's always been, strong and persisting.
However, Syrians who have endured the heavy impact of the war are desperate to end their suffer. The only change in the fifth year is that the countries that used to play a background role in the conflict have declared their will to intervene directly in Syria's war that reached the brink of a world war. However, there are still those Syrians who are persisting in their country. Jessica Al-Khouri, MEC, Damascus.